Hello everybody, hi and welcome back to my channel Tarot with Anne-Marie, where we are doing tarot tuition. So how are you all this week? Have you had a good week? Valentine's Day tomorrow. Oh wow, where has the time gone? I do wish you all a beautiful, happy Valentine's with love, peace, joy and serenity. A little bit of romance too. Nothing wrong with that, is there? So do say hello in the comments. I should actually turn around and say hello too. So we're doing another tutorial tonight. There we go, just typed hello. We are doing a tutorial tonight, and that is moving on from having looked at our major card last week. We are going to fuse it with some minor cards for you, so that you can understand the meanings as you fuse the cards together. Okay, so do not be shy. Please type a question. Do let me know, as in whether you can hear me or not, if you want it up a little bit higher, if you'd like to see certain cards that you want me to show and ask questions. You know, I'd like to see the combination pair of death and whatever it is. So just let me know. And while we're waiting for a few more people to join us, please just bear with me. I'm going to remind you to subscribe to my channel. I recently told you that shortly it seems that we cannot use third parties like I usually can to stream into Facebook groups. So that'll be going soon. So hop over to YouTube and subscribe, and then you won't miss anything. Okay, right, let's play this. And so here we are back, and the Death card, and on the screen I've got the Four of Cups. So I thought we'd start off with some emotions, seeing as it's all about emotions with Valentine's tomorrow. However, normally I ask the question that somebody is saying, okay, I'd like a reading and I want to know about work. Tonight, because it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, let's ask about someone that they're interested in. Okay, so let's assume that they've asked us to look at someone else. Okay, and we can actually make it really easy and say, because the Death card is linked to Scorpio, that the person they're interested in knowing about what might happen and what are their thoughts and what are their feelings. Well, let's look at this in a position of emotions. Now, normally I talk about the position of the self. So in my tarot workshops and courses, you can learn how to actually put it all together, different positions for the self, other people, work, money, career, you name it. You know, travel, higher learning, the physical self, the intentions, all of that. Okay, so quite simply, let's just say that this is asking about somebody they're interested in, and they want to know what that person might be thinking, feeling, or have intentions of. Okay, so love and romance question tonight, just for this one because it's Valentine's. Okay, so if we got this as a pair and it comes up in the position of other people and the influences of other people, in that position it also represents emotions. That's the emotions of the person they're asking about. That's just what the position is, and the emotions of the person having the reading. So you're going to get a little bit of both here, but it's really important that this person is saying, okay, they're a Scorpio. So the Death card is Scorpio, so we've got the major arcana card for Scorpio, and the Four of Cups there. So let's look at this. Four of Cups. Anybody? Hi, hello, hello, hello. Passionate Saji, good evening. How are you? Lovely to see you, Passionate Saji. Wonderful. And hi from Facebook user. Okay, not sure who that is. If that's you, Zoe, or someone else, please do actually let us know your first name and you're very, very welcome. Okay, so I'm asking, I wonder if anybody might know, looking at that Four of Cups, emotionally because of the position, but emotionally because of the cups. So we can understand that this person is probably not that happy at the moment. Okay, they are needing time to decompress, to actually go and gather their thoughts, to be alone. And we can see in our card that we've got the Four of Cups lined up there, and three are sort of sitting there, and there's figure sitting underneath the tree, a little higher up in the actual sort of bank, as it were. You know, we've got the flat grass, and then we see him sitting a little elevated from that patch of grass. Kind of shows he's got his arms folded. Well, that's a bit defensive, and that's kind of like, no thank you. And also our figure's face, not really giving much away, doesn't look very happy, just looks a little bit bored, looks as if, you know, there's a bit of apathy there, can't be bothered, no thanks, you know, all of this kind of thing. Hi Carla, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us. Lots of people coming in now, that's lovely. Okay, so we are being shown something very similar to what looks like a cloud, a hand, and another cup coming here in our image of the Four of Cups. A bit like the Ace of Cups, where we see a hand coming from the cloud, giving, you know, a blessing or something really lovely in respect of, here you go, here's a new emotion. But our figure is not actually having any of it. Could be seen that they're sulking, couldn't it? So that's a little bit about the Four of Cups. Now, if we look at the Death card is about transformations and changes. So maybe our person is going through a lot of changes and needs to actually decompress from the world. And their emotions are a case of, you know what, I really can't look at how I feel right now. So this would be, you know, one of those where you'd say, it's not the right time for me to say how this person feels. I feel they're going through a period of needing to actually have introspection. They need to look within themselves. They're looking at how they're feeling about things. And yes, it's clear that emotions are there, they're aware of them, but it's not the right time, and they're not in the right emotional place because of transformations. And the transformations with the Death card, you know, they're big ones. You know, Scorpio, very, very deep, intense. It's not just going to come lightly. This isn't sort of like the Fool coming in and a, you know, quick burst of energy and then suddenly changing tactics. So if this person was saying, how does my person feel about me? It's like, I would actually say at the moment they're a little bit numb. They're not really feeling anything, as in that's directly relating to now. They're probably dwelling upon things that have happened and they need time to process, and they're going through that very deeply. So, you know, all is not lost, but timing, it's not a good time. Okay, so yes, if anybody wants to come on, Anthony's just given our link to, if you want to be a guest on a show tonight and ask some questions, if I can help you, or you want to actually share something that the community would really appreciate about how you read tarot, or any questions, anything. You know, I've never read before, I've been reading for years, or I get stuck on this, anything. As long as it's all about your spiritual journey, that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look at another one. Okay, so again, you know, what does our person, no problem Zoe, thank you very much, got your message, absolutely fine. And what does our person think, feel, what's their intentions with me? You know, there's nothing here about what they're thinking, okay? They're caught up in emotions, and it's very intense emotions. They're going through changes, they're shedding the old for the new. But the new is not here yet. How do we know that? We've got the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is saying they're dwelling on the past. Those three cups that are on the floor with spilt liquids coming out of them. They're dwelling on that. So they're not looking at what's the here and now, they're not looking at what's the future. It doesn't mean that's how it is, it's an emotional thing. So we can't answer what they're thinking, okay? And based on their intentions, if you're expecting something right now, you're probably both going to be disappointed. This person cannot look at the here and now and see what's available to them. If they do, they're not feeling it. They're disconnected. Here, this is someone that's caught up in the past, and it's because of many, many significant transformations, changes, shedding of old skin. But, you know, when we actually go through a transformation, I'm sure you're all aware that if you're on your spiritual journey, it can be one of those things where, bear with me, just had something caught on my screen and it's very distracting. It said add to broadcast. There was nothing there. So, yeah, if we are going through a transformation, especially if it's a spiritual transformation, it doesn't come along all fluffy. It comes along and knocks you for six. You know, it takes it out of you. I'm not suggesting that this is what's happened here. We've only got 2 cards. We don't know the full story. And that's where, if you do the courses and learn how to actually put a spread out, you will know what's happened in the past, what's happening now, what's you know, led to this moment, what this person might be thinking, feeling, or what's actually happened, or what they're doing right now. We are just looking at how this person is feeling. So we'd say to the person, okay, your Scorpio is feeling as if there is a loss, there is a grief, they are not ready to actually look at the present and what's in front of them, despite how lovely it is, and we can see it's lovely, you know, there's opportunities there behind our figure, okay? But Scorpio, feeling it very, very, very intensely, passionately, with the greatest depth, you know, this is not light, it's all or nothing, and that's probably your answer. All about the past, nothing about now, you know, and that's a good one to actually think about, you know. Here, again, question, romance question, you know, what is my special person that I'm interested in? We're not together yet. Do you see anything for us? It's like this person's going through a lot of transformations, but I do feel that they are very nostalgic, and, you know, their emotions are connected to the past. Again, the 6 of Cups is a card of the past. It's nostalgia. That's why we've got the children to represent perhaps our childhood, but that's what it's about. The home, you know, the domain in which they were brought up in. It's also a card of apologies. So there may be some deep thing that they are wanting to apologize or make peace with, you know. And this person might say to you, gosh, that's me, you know, they're a bit off with me. And it's like, right, okay, that's that. If they're saying, well, no, I don't know what that's about, then this is a person that's probably trying to make peace with themselves and the past and the transformations. And as I said, transformation is something that can be very, very hard hitting, can't it? You know, the amount of people that say, if I'd known, you know, that I was going to be left feeling that I was bereft of a lot of people in my life, simply because, you know, so much has changed and we're just not in the same vibe anymore. You outgrow people, and that's what the Death card's about. But it doesn't mean you don't miss them, you don't feel nostalgic for them. You need to be at peace with yourselves, going, I really, really miss them, but perhaps I'm this new me now, and this new me can't go back to the old me. It won't work. So emotionally, that's what you would probably say about this pair, okay? Okay, this one, Death card and the 8 of Cups. All right, so we've got somebody here that's going through a lot of changes, a lot of transitions, and it's come hard. And they've realised that the people they love and care about, and that's what the 8 of Cups is about, that they need to go off and do their own thing. So our figure's walking away from the emotions and the people they love and care about in their life. And we have the moon there, okay? And that moon, and we can see a full moon and we can see a crescent moon. We also see the mountains. What's the significance? Okay, anybody? Let's see. Say hi, everybody. I've got people watching. You know, do let us know where you're coming in from and where you're from. Okay, we've got Passionate Saja, we've got Carla, we've got Zoe here. Absolutely wonderful. We've got people from Twitch. Come and say hi from Twitch. You're very, very welcome. Thank you very much. And people watching on my page and from the group. Yeah, just had a quick look. Okay, so really and truly they're walking away from their emotions. The mountains represent challenges and things that they must face, but our figure's walking away, not to leave somebody and go, I can't do this. Perhaps it will be that, but at the moment the intention is I need to go off and do my own thing. Our figure is actually walking away and they are wearing what looks like a reddy, orangey, almost tan coloured sort of overgarment jacket. Okay, and oh, Carla's from the UK. Anyone else? Ah, lovely. Welcome, welcome from the UK. Me too. Me too. Absolutely lovely. Okay, so can you let me know with thumbs up if you can hear me all right, everybody? Just give me a thumbs up, because sometimes, especially if you're not on YouTube, sometimes Facebook is a bit quieter than the other platforms. And if you're watching on Twitch, might be a good idea to jump over onto the YouTube channel. The reason being is sometimes the stream starts to become very grainy. So if that happens, Tarot with Anne-Marie on YouTube, and we'd love to have you along. Also, it's much better for me on YouTube. I'm starting from scratch here with tuition, even though I did do tuition a few years ago. On this channel, I did a lot of readings, as in for people, and that's why I got the courses together. And it was my YouTube viewers that encouraged me to sort of say, look, we can't all get together at the same time in one place. Can't you make an online course for us? So I did, yeah. And it's all geared at any level you want it to be. Beginners, intermediate, advanced. What's the difference? Well, beginners is learning your cards from a very, very beginning, but it's not something you'll pick up in a book. This is real depth. For me, a professional reader, my background is 30 years experience, and that 30 years experience, I have published DVDs about how to read tarot. I have led 250 psychics and tarot readers, mediums, whatever on, I founded Psychic Premium telephone service, and supported not just the clients, but people wanting to learn tarot, the people that were actually reading tarot, and helping them navigate what it's like to be with a customer, because sometimes we're just slung out there, aren't we? You know, get on with it, you'll be fine, you can read. And it's like you have no idea what it's like with a real customer, especially when they are not face to face. When they're face to face, people are actually, they're not as brave at being defensive. They kind of go, oh no, I don't understand, or oh yes, I can take that, oh could I ask more about that? I think, you know, on the phone lines, people can be, I've not got long and I really need the answer to this burning question. So I really am somebody that has a lot of experience. And yes, I published a deck, and yes, I published software. We made a game for tarot. I recorded like you could phone up and listen to a reading, a short reading, a bit like picking, this one, that one, or the other, press this button for that, and on it came. So, I've always been thinking, I have been writing a book about tarot, but there's too many other things. The courses are really sort of helping people to go forwards, and it's if I can offer my support to you, this is the place, because I don't think you'll find somebody that's actually giving you all of those tools. If that's not for you, fine. You know, take the bits you need or go where you need to go. We've all got our different paths, all got our different journeys, but this will take you to professional level. What does that mean? You can work from home, you can be your own boss, you can be in charge of your spiritual journey and actually say, I'm done with the 9 to 5. I can be at home and I can do this and I can get paid. And how can you do that? Well, there's all those social media platforms that were not there when I started. You know, you had to pay a huge amount for a table to go to a show and be able to simply turn around and sit there, and if somebody came along, you might get your money back. And it was so expensive, even if you read from the minute they opened to the minute they closed, you were not going to get your money back, even if you were that busy. It was all about self-promotion. So you've got all that on social media. I know there's a lot more competition. There was the magazines that used to cost an absolute fortune for a month. I didn't tell you the costs I've incurred of just 1 month of advertising. You have, I mean, seriously, enough for a year's wages for somebody. So I've invested my time, I've invested money and my belief, and yeah, you know, I know a lot about tarot. I don't know it all, but I know a lot, and I come at it from different angles instead of just collecting decks or just giving you what people call, and I hate that word, a cheat sheet. It's not a cheat sheet, it's a worksheet. It's a worksheet, please. You know, there's nothing cheating about actually saying you need to check up on your information. You know, everyone makes checks. Simple as that. So, walking away from those they love and knowing there's challenges ahead because we see the mountains, the moon. Nobody's given me an answer. Can you guess? What does a moon represent? Anybody? Go on, take a guess. You know? Okay, nobody's saying anything. You're all listening, aren't you? I know you're at work and I know that you're all worldwide. Please tell me where you're listening from. And please do give me a thumbs up if you can hear me all right, even if you are working. I really appreciate that, because sometimes with streaming, it can go a little in and out. Okay, so it represents a month. So it means within a month, our character will have, they'll have transformed. They're going through changes, and those changes are about what their feelings are. So how does this affect the question, what do they feel about me? It's like, you're not going to see them around at the moment. They need to actually go off and do something, okay? And are they thinking about me? They're thinking about them, okay? They're thinking about the changes. They're thinking about the losses. They're thinking about what's next. They're actually moving forwards, and they're doing it with a good heart because they are, nobody's dragging them, and moving forwards. Are they moving forwards with me? There's nothing to suggest that, okay? Emotionally, if we look at our figure, they've got their back to those that they care about. So this is a focus on that person, i.e. our Scorpio, that you're asking about. So focus on them. They need to do what they need to do. In a month, because of the moon, their emotions will tell them what to do next. Or what will that be? We don't know. Because they're still going through changes, and that's the whole point of going off. We would need to look at the next position and to be able to look at the timings. And there are 12 different timings as a minimum in the advanced. And if you count another couple of places, there's more timings as well, okay? And they're based on lots of different things, okay? Positions, astrological, planetary associations, all very simple once you actually know how. But the difference between the intermediate course and the advanced course is you cannot come in and do the advanced and think, oh, I'll skip that bit, because the method, I start teaching you this method in intermediate. And if you come in an advanced, you've missed out on 10 positions and you don't know what you're doing. So I'm sorry, you know, I could call it part 1 and part 2, but there you go. Passionate Saji, wonderful lady, listening from London, England, different work today. You're on nanny duty. I can't think of anyone that is as loving and compassionate as you are. You're passionate, Saji. Absolutely lovely. So you're on nanny duty. How wonderful. Say hi to the bunnies and do give them a little hug and a little sort of laugh. Not just because we're on nanny duty, but quite simply because they're your family, I guess. And more than anything, it's Valentine's. Okay, so this can be, and how do you deliver it? You need to be sensitive. This person's probably hanging on your every word. Okay, so you don't say, oh, they're going through changes, walked away from you. I've heard people say that. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. They walked away permanently? Yeah, why? Is it something I've done? You cannot somebody cannot unhear what you have said. And even they might go, oh no, I didn't mean that. I can tell you, as more passionate Saji, they will phone reader after reader after reader after reader to see if anyone else is going to actually say the same thing carelessly without explaining first. And, it can all be careless, but you need to take your time. One of the biggest mistakes we ever saw, and we used to interview new readers, one of the biggest mistakes was, number one, too fast. Number two, not enough cards. You wouldn't believe it, yeah? Number three, giving them sort of, what I'm going to say is, how will I put this? A script, yeah? And the script was, you're going to live a long and healthy, happy life. And not listening to the question. Or straight in, you shush, I'm the psychic, here we go, boom, here's the cards. And they need to ask a question. And how do you deal with that? Quite simply, introduce yourself, as in whether you are email or instant message or face-to-face or on the phone. Hi, my name's Emma-Marie, how are you? Is everything good? Yeah? Okay. What brings you here today? How can I help? What would you like from this reading in our short period of time? Always say that, because it makes them actually decide that they're going to actually frame a question. You are not there to pull rabbits out of a hat. They think you are. They think you can read their mind. It's not what this means. And being firm enough to be able to say, gosh, now I'm a tarot reader and I'll put it all together for you and it'll give you impartial advice. Think of me as your interpreter. Yeah? No, I don't put my meanings or advice into this. It comes from the cards. I'm decoding the cards for you, answering your question. So if you don't actually direct a question, they always go, see what comes up. Well, then they just waste most of the reading, and at the last minute, and can tell you, well, I've got a load of questions, running out of time, and, if you're paid by the minute, then that's fine, but, if not, it's not working, is it? It's not working for your time schedule, and it's not working for them, because now they're rushing it. But they do think that they're supposed to be testing you. Am I supposed to tell you this? Am I supposed to tell you what it's about, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling? You're in control. You are the one that says, okay, don't have to be bossy knickers. You just quite simply, here you are. I'm doing a reading for you. How can I help you today? Oh, well, I just want to have a look at, somebody. Do you know their birthday? No. Okay, well, describe them a little. Well, you're the psychic. You tell me. And it's like, absolutely not. I can't read your mind. All right? So just trying to help you a little bit on how to navigate, how to deal with the customer. And they might say, oh, can you see sort of my future? Tarot cards don't really do that, no. I know some people do, but it's not really what it's about. So for you, you are the person, and it's not just helping you to put the cards together, it's how to deliver the whole thing, okay? So here we are, we've got another pair coming up on the screen. Let's change it into a court card. Okay, and so they say, okay, I like this person and I wonder what might be their intentions are. What's their thoughts? What's their feeling? No thoughts. Why? We've not got swords. Okay, what's their feelings? Page of Cups. They're flirting with you. They're going through some changes. They're dramatic changes, but they're ready to flirt. They're ready to play. They're ready to see something there. They're flamboyant. What do they think of you? They think you're creative. Why? Because Page of Cups is an aspect of the person that's having the reading, and Page of Cups is an aspect of the person that they're asking about. Okay? So, you're welcome, passionate Sagittarius. Bit quiet tonight. Has everybody gone out for Valentine's? Just want to say that we got taken out for lunch today, which is an absolute rarity, by the wonderful Ken and Ginny, to celebrate 17 years of living in this place that we live in. Thank you very much, Ken and Ginny. Let's try and see timelines sort of where I'm actually sort of saying that. I don't know. Oh, it's right at the top, 31 minutes. So, Ken and Ginny, just want to say a huge warm thank you to you. We absolutely enjoyed our day with you. We had all weathers and really beautiful sunshine, really wonderful company, and absolutely loved listening to your stories and your reminiscing of your travels, and absolutely inspiring to listen to the places you've been. So thank you very much for that, and here's to many more years. So I just want to say a big thank you, Ken, Ginny, and lunch was delicious. My favourite place. Can you believe it? It wasn't chosen for me, it just happened to be my favourite place for lunch, and I was a lucky bunny, and they treated us, so I'm very, very grateful, and so is my husband. Thank you from us both. Thank you. Right, now let's say they're saying, oh, what does this person sort of feel about me? Knight of Cups. Does anybody know what the astrological association is for the Knight of Cups or the Page of Cups that we just had? Anybody? We all use different methods, okay? I appreciate that. Nope, nobody's typing. So, okay, rather than make everybody hang on, I will tell you. Knight of Cups in my system is, and it's a universal system, I know people sort of digress from it, Scorpio. So, death card, Scorpio. Person they're asking about, we said Scorpio. And incidentally, Page of Cups, another water sign. I will ask who knows that. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to do all the work. Yeah, I'm not. You are wonderful. You come up with some fabulous things. So it'd be really nice to see or hear what you think. So both are Scorpio cards. What are they feeling? Intensity. Romance. How do we know that? Who's got the cup there? Bringing emotion. A knight. Knight in shining armour. Come on. Look at the horse. Always look at, I should have said look at the horse. I'm looking at the Knight of Cups when I'm saying that. But very similar sort of language, animal language in the death card. Both are white horses and both are walking elegantly. No, now they're not a crescendo, they're not frenzied, they're not plodding, they're not racing and gallivanting. So what does that mean? There is a gracefulness with this person, and there are intense romantic feelings. The intense is coming from death card. Romance is coming from Knight of Cups. And I said we are in the position in the spread where we talk about feelings and about another person that our querent, i.e. the person who's having the reading, is asking about. So therefore we can say very confidently, this is great, things are moving gently, gracefully, not slowly. Things are transforming into what? Emotions. Yes? All of these have been transformations of emotions because we're dealing with the cup family. Okay, I'm going to leave the other court cards out simply because let's do another suit. As in, please ask questions, that's what I'm here for. And if you'd like to come on, you're very, very welcome. Zoe's not with us this evening. No worries, Zoe. Absolutely fine. Sorry, person on Facebook asking, sorry, this is tuition, not tarot readings. I know it could be a bit confusing to see the tarot cards there, but we are teaching how to read the cards. Sorry about that, Rit Bannock. Okay, hope I pronounced your name correctly. So, we've got the Ace of Wands. What is our person thinking, feeling, and what's their intentions? Well, this would be sort of more of an intention and probably based on feelings first. Okay, so everything starts with a thought, then it becomes an emotion, and that gives us a reason to act. We like it, so we do it. We don't like it, so we don't want to. Well, Ace of Wands is no. You're very welcome, not at all. Totally understand. And, maybe you want to watch and just actually, maybe one of these cards that you actually focus on might be something that I say that could help you. Okay, who knows? But because I'm teaching how these cards would be. So you happen to come right in at that point. So I'm going to say, Rick Manic, are you still listening? Can you just type yes if you are? Are you still there? Yeah? It might be nice if you are. Let's just jump to this, because somebody's asking. This is what they asked. Yeah? And then they said, and I explained we're not giving readings. But they popped up at that very moment. Ace of Wands can represent a new job. Okay? How funny. How timely. I bet you've gone now, because I said what we're doing is tuition. But there you go. For my viewers, I'm going to say, well, there you go. That person popped up, cards that are up, transformations to do with new action. Ace of Wands is very much a card of being given a job offer. Okay, so Rip Manic, if you are there, I would actually say I think that might be your answer, but you're probably not, because I sort of told you that that's not, I don't want to waste your time, as in waiting for a reading that's never going to come. But you've got a little something there. So you see, there's a perfect example. However, let's get back to our question. What's their intentions? What's their feelings? Not really getting the feelings, but we've got the buds of things that are happening. Okay, we are getting the feelings perhaps from the Death card, the transformations. It's an emotional card. It's the Cup family, emotional family. Scorpio, they're feeling it, causing them to actually go with new beginnings and act on them. So it's a bit more about, well, their intentions and their actions are, yeah, you're asking that question. The cards are saying, you'll see transformations and new beginnings from this person, your Scorpio, and they will start making things happen. Rit Balak, you are writing English beautifully. Bravo. Bear with me. I think you're doing really well. I'm glad you're still watching. Perhaps my suggestion would be, hold on 1 second. I just want to turn around and say I think you've done really well. So, I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah? I'm giving you a round of applause. I'm not sure that came on. Okay. Rit Banak, you're from India. Welcome, welcome. Well, maybe have a little bit of watches and learn a little bit about tarot. I was just saying you came in. So I think it's quite... I think the synchronicity of you coming in and asking such a question, and it says, can I get a government job? It's saying there's transformation. So you came in at this. So I think that was absolutely meant to be. And we've got transformations, and we were talking about this. So I think that's your answer. You're from India. You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much for talking to us. You said you can't write English. My goodness me. I think you're doing an absolutely superb job. Don't we? Don't we think that, folks? I do. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So, well done you. Absolutely. Round of applause for you. Okay, right. Bear with me. Okay, so it's lovely to have you along, you know. Right, what's our person's intentions or what are their feelings? No feelings. This is actions. So I guess we could call this intentions. Well, they're going through a lot of changes, which is causing them to want to expand in their life. That's what that Two of Wands is about. And they want to take action. Well, how is that in regard to me? Well, I think that, you know, if you look at the Two of Wands, not close together, what do you think that might mean? Well, it's actualized as a bit of a gap. While both of you consider what's next in your world. And that's why we've got our figure holding the globe. Colours that our figure is wearing, lots of sort of tans and browns and reddish sort of orangey, russety colours, would tell us this person's very grounded. So, you know, there's a relationship there, but there's a gap in it because the person is going through immense change. Emotionally, they're feeling it. So it's causing them to act and need to actually have time for themselves. You know, they've not binned you. There's nothing there. There's two ones representing, you know, the actions with you. So our Scorpio is putting a little sort of space, a gap in between. You're welcome. I actually think that, you know, I think you came in and we were talking about emotions before that. All about emotions and love question, which I don't normally do. It's because it's Valentine's tomorrow. Happy Valentine's, everybody, to you, and wishing you peace, love, and serenity in your beautiful day, and romance too. So, you're very, very welcome. I love that Rick Bannock, who's telling us that they were here by mistake and they can't actually write English very well. Well, I beg to differ. I think that was absolutely perfect, as in, and it's absolutely wonderful, the contribution that you've made. I'm very, very grateful. I hope you stay with us, and, you know, if you are interested in tarot and learning a little bit of how to read for yourself, and why not, and people say, I haven't got any cards, no matter, just follow along, as in, and you can always turn around and download for free. There's images all over the place of some cards, and make your own. And lots of people do that because they are in different positions. But I would say, you know, with the fact that you asked about work, just very innocently, and we were on that card, that you are going to be in a position of being very busy at work, okay? And yeah, actions. Wasn't what you want, wasn't what you're thinking, it's what's happening. So creating it. So there'll be a massive transformation. Okay, so this one, what's that person thinking about me? Well, they're being incredibly creative, you know. There's an awful lot going on. And they're going through a lot of changes, actions, and things are growing, and things are creating between the two of you. But there may be a third party that is causing a little interference. Now, people say, is that someone else? Could be. But that someone else, sorry, let me make myself clear, I beg your pardon. Is that someone else, are you meaning there is someone else on the scene and not just me? A third party is another woman, another man, you know, that they have a love, romance, interest in. Could be. Or it could be that there is influences coming in from a third party, like their family, their job, you know. Don't always assume that it means there's someone in the relationship that shouldn't be in the relationship in a loving way. You know what I mean? If it's a man and woman and there's a third party, it's another woman or it's another man. Yeah? What I'm saying is it might be the interference of a friend, all innocent, you know, they spend too much time with their friends and you wish that they weren't so friendly so that you had more of their time, this kind of thing. Or, you know, they do that with their family, or worse still, you know, the friend actually sulks if they don't get their own way and they kind of, you know, give their opinions where they've not been asked for, and maybe actually cause your Scorpio, as we've got in the cards here, to actually go, oh gosh, yes, you know, I feel, yeah, I've not given you much time. So, you know, yes, I am on the cusp of starting something new, but I'll go with you. I won't drop you, my dear friend. People say that all the time. You know, there's so much could be going on here. Do not assume. And we haven't got another person, okay? We just don't have another person. So be very careful. This is why I'm saying how you talk to somebody. And also using this method, it's taking all the guesswork out of it. It's actually directing you exactly where you need to go. Okay, so let's have a look at the courses on the website. We've got a video of the birth. I've got a birth chart on the actual website, and I've got a video there, but I've shown you that before. It's free. Go on, put in your time of birth, and it's all free, and you can learn lots about you. Or if you know someone that you'd like to know a little bit more about them, then you can find out all about them. We are not just the sun sign, i.e., you know, I'm Cancerian, but there's so much more than that. You know, I've got a Leo moon, I've got Scorpio ascendant, you know, and it goes on. My Venus and my Mars are in Gemini, and so therefore this is what makes it so nuanced, so deep to find out about oneself. Okay, so we have got that birth chart. I will show you it. So you see, if you put your name and your date of birth in there, and then you type in your country and where you're from and the local area, and then you click apply, and then you can press database and it will save it. Then this comes up, you've got this wheel, and people go, oh gosh, my goodness me, what does all that mean? Well, you know, there's two things you can, well, several actually, but I chose to show you. If you go to chart, you'll get interpretation. Okay, and then you can drag it over like I'm going to show you on the screen here. There you go, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see, the moon and is in Capricorn for this fictitious character that I put in to show you, and look at all of that. It's all free. Yeah, I can tell you, I paid a fortune for these kind of things at shows, online, etc., etc. You know, some people just want something really, really simple. I wanted to make it really, really, really simple for you all. Okay. Sorry, do you mean a rise as in financially, or rising as in your sign? I'm sorry, sorry, I'm not sure what that means. Quite happy to answer if I understood the question, but if I don't understand, I would hate to misinform you. But if you're talking about a rise, Ah, Carla's got the court cards. Oh, you're in for such a treat, Carla. They are magnificent. So much fun, so much information. You know, the pages, the knights, the different suits, who they are, where they turn up, how you can work out if something's going to grow, how you can see if something's going to go off the boil and start to fade, or even cut you, or you cut them. How's it going to turn out? Most of that is in the court cards, but not just on their own. It's about using this method and this system that I teach you. So the positions are really, really important, and it's based on a Celtic cross. And people say, "Can I use this without your actual courses?" You can, but you are just really getting bog standard yes, no. Well, it's very nuanced, but people want more. And if you can give them that, they are going to come at you to ask for more. They're really going to keep coming at you to ask for more. And if you can't provide it, what are they going to do? They're not going to know what to do, are they? Which would be such a shame. So, whoever's listening on Twitch, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. But if you can, go on to the YouTube channel. It's so much better quality, so much better for me. So, court cards are absolutely amazing. They're wonderful. Everything that you could imagine and wish for are in the court cards. But they do actually make people feel uncomfortable. It's a bit like I told you. I didn't intend to tell you all of that. It will come up organically for me to explain who I am and what my background is, so that you can ask me something about that. And if I don't have the answer, I'll tell you I don't. But I've probably, it's not, I've given lectures and written books, It's not that at all. It's about the fact I've dealt with the customer, I've dealt with shows, I've dealt with clients, I've dealt with teaching students, I've dealt with the general public themselves, but more importantly, we began this as in of creating something where it would be 24/7 for people to be able to have tarot reading, because we knew the difficulties of life. It won't wait till 2 weeks and 2 o'clock, and can you be 50 miles away from where you live. People have got lives and commitments and responsibilities, and I understood all of that. So it's like, that's why I created something back then. Gosh, 2008, however long ago that is. That's when it went live, but I began creating it all in 2000. And so I've experienced an awful lot that I should share with people, and that sharing is to say to you, if you are going to do this, I can tell you one of the biggest things that people are nervous about is, I won't know what to say, I won't know at all, I'm talking too fast, I'm not putting enough cards out, as I said, or they are letting the customer sort of have complete control, and they've come to you. And if you go into a shop, you don't say, I want this, I want that, I want the other. It's a two-way street, yeah? And, if they know your boundaries are, sorry, I'm not a medium, sorry, I don't do crystal ball, sorry, I don't do runes. I do, by the way, but I choose not to use mediumship, because I don't feel particularly comfortable with that, because I don't find it's nuanced enough for me. There's not enough depth for me. But each to their own, and if you do, that's fantastic. Yeah? So, what a great point. You can watch it tomorrow. So anybody that's missed anything, you'll be able to watch it tomorrow, because we upload it, and all previous lives are there. So any of the cards that you've missed, we started with the full and we've gone in chronological order. So we have done card number 13, and so we've done what that card means, which is what we do on Thursdays. So this week it will be Temperance, and we'll do the meanings of that card and how to read that card, just that card. But when I do this, it's showing you how to fuse and combine cards so that you've got so many different answers to the questions. And we've only gone through a few tonight. Can you imagine? And when I first created the game and the software, I worked out there was 1,256 different combinations. And so I set about writing all of them. And first of all, I recorded them by voice. That took forever. And once I finished that, it's like, right, okay, I've done. And it's like, you know, my lawyer said to me, hang on a minute, you know, there are people that can't hear very well, hard of hearing. I think you should actually write it too. So I did. It took forever. And we got the website together, and we got the premium lines together, and then we got the readers together. But interviewing readers, we found that they were rushing, and they were trying to sort of give the answers, and they weren't. They were doing a monologue. Okay, and I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got that, and then they go, do you want to ask me anything? And the person's kind of going, no, because I've just had this kind of, all this information, you're going to give me more now. And it's like, no, that's it. And they probably paid for maybe a 20-30 minute reading. They haven't got through the interview yet, but let's say that they did. That's what would have happened. And then what do you do? You know, your company suddenly has gone, pay for 20 minutes, they could only give me 5. People are not happy with that. If you like to do short readings, then you're probably, you know, doing yes or no's, you know, on social media. Yeah. But if you want to go and learn, if you want to go and work for a company and earn, that's what I was trying to say, then you really need to be able to hold your own. Passionate Saji and I were discussing last week in one of those live streams that it's not unusual for people to keep it standing from half an hour or 20 minutes, whatever it is. And she said, yeah, she's had calls go over 3 hours, one person, just keep coming back. And, you know, you've got to be able to answer their questions. And might say, you're just keeping them going. No, while they've got you, they're going to ask a whole bunch of stuff because they are trying to get that map in their life so that they are in a place where they feel that they can navigate some of the obstacles, knowing what some of the background effects are, and, you know, based on what's happening currently, how that might look from them, whether they've got it in them to do it, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. What's the influences of others? You know, is there interference from your family? You know, is there interference at work? Right people around you to help you? You know, has somebody new coming in that's going to make all the difference to you? It's going to be an inspiration. That's what I'm saying. So unless you actually have a method, it's like anything. People just say, read your book and you'll be fine. Use your intuition. I think when somebody says use your intuition, people go, I think that's my imagination or my emotions. So they doubt their psychic ability. You know, you can use your psychic ability or not, as the case may be with this method. So, you know, if you feel that there's not enough to go on, you can only do a little bit, then using a method will actually give you the ability to do a full reading. And if you do want to bring in your intuition, you're going to be in a position to be able to do so. I'm going to go, folks. I've got an emergency reading coming in from America, and I said I'd be there around 6, so it's that time now. And thank you very much for watching. And my name is Tara with Marie. And don't forget, I've got ebooks and PDFs for just a few dollars or pounds, you know, a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars, where you can actually get an awful lot of keywords and phrases that professional readers use, or more simple, or understanding, you know, the description of the card. They're all on there. Okay, right, let's make sure. Rit Bannock, you're getting a spammer coming up on Facebook, and just ignore the spammer that's telling you to inbox for a reading. That's how you don't do it. Carla, bless you. Thank you very much. Happy Valentine's, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day, and I'll see you on Thursday. And do have a wonderful day filled with love. Till next time, I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. I'll play you out now.